Welcome back to LA Show. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in with me. Today we have Cisco here with us. What's up, Cisco?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, nothing much. Just sitting back and looking at a lot of, the stuff that's going on in the world, like I always do. And I come across this very, very upsetting video of a young man laying in somebody's yard with a AK. Pretty outrageous thing to just. So another rapper who was trying to make his way through the game has been gunned down, and he's a young bull, just like with Pop Smoke. He was very young, and to be taken out like that is pretty crazy. It's crazy that, people want to be in the spotlight and don't know how to move in it. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just simply that you have to move differently once you want to have a platform. You know, I'm learning that myself. So, what do you think about this whole situation or generation of these young bulls coming up trying to rap and then boom? What is this?
I just think that um when I look at the whole rap scene, it takes me back to me getting my very I'm gonna show my age too, but it takes me back to having my first ever rap album, which was
Hmm.
the Sugar Hill Gang, and seeing where this whole rap thing has played out up until 2020. And it just seems like to me that there's a level of predictive programming, meaning that at some point in the game, higher ups understood that they could create a culture, and they could create, and this is why I think certain, even celebrities, have invested in private prisons. How the culture of rap is nothing like where it started, and it's out of control, especially for the millennials, because they just have no clue on life, and they don't have a clue on even how society works, it looks like, because you add in social media with the with the rap genre now, and everybody wants to put up a stack of money to their ear and put it on Instagram. No matter if they stole it, they robbed a bank, they robbed a store, they robbed somebody in the streets. Um, you see the beef now. We have a bunch of effeminate young men, and the reason why I say they're effeminate is because they can't. If somebody disses them, they want to go and kill them. Somebody posts something on Twitter, these young men have become so highly sensitive that they can't talk, they can't fight, they instantly go to shooting. And I think it's sad to see these young guys just. I'm not saying my generation was better, because I grew up even though I didn't gangbang, I grew up around it. My
Hmm.
friends and family members. And it wasn't no better. Um, but I will say that era had some rules. A little bit, there were some rules. how to move and how to operate in the streets. That's kind of why I survived it. Um, some of my friends didn't survive, and I'm not saying that's because they violated the rules. Just the environment was dangerous. But this generation, it seems the level of senselessness have been notched way, way up, and these young, it's not only young men, it's young women too that are dying in the streets like this for these senseless killings. And I just think it's just sad. The whole stunting culture on the gram and in social media, uh people want to have that, even if it means killing you and stealing it from you. I want
Mm.
to roll in Benz. I want to have a Rolex. I want to have red bottoms. I wanna floss. I want to do all this. So when people put that out there and that becomes the culture, then the hungry people, they say, "Oh, he got that. Okay, let me go get that." And we've also been desensitized by death. Oh, people that know me intimately, I always tell people I'm scarred by death. I'm
Mhm.
scarred. I'm serious. There was the time I went to so many of my friends' funerals. It was, I know I have some level of PTSD because of the 80s and the early 90s. I know I do because it was rough. Um, um, we just been desensitized. You could we've been desensitized so much that a person might see a shooting, somebody's leaking on the ground, and they got their phone out. They're not calling 911 for the ambulance. They're trying to get the video to put it on social media. We're just, our brains are just, on a collective level, our brains are just fucked up.
Mhm.
And it's just sad. I'm not trying to take away from the stories of the guy who I forget what's his name, the dude that got killed in L.A. And what was the guy that got killed in L.A.?
Got killed. Oh, Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke. Yeah, I'm not trying to take away from their intimate stories of how they died, or this Channel 5 J Dub. I'm not trying to take away from their stories, but it's a bigger picture. And unfortunately, I don't see an end to it. Unfortunately, I mean, just look at all the beefs that we've seen between rappers, whether they're in Chicago or New Orleans or in the Tri Cities, DC area, uh, in the West Coast. I mean, it's a real sad situation, and I don't know, man. I'm it's I don't, I'm really lost for words, to be honest, because it's getting to the point we see it so much. We even the people like me that are concerned, we're gonna be desensitized from it. Well, there
Yeah.
goes another one. There goes another one, and that's
Yeah.
that's that's tragic though, because we can't get there. We
No.
really can't get there. Our pain from the sidelines has to be to what me and LA are doing right now, and it's talking about it. And people who hear this, you guys got to talk about it in your community. You got to talk. You got to, these older guys, if you get to my age, you got to mentor these young cats. Even if they don't want to listen to you, don't give up on them.
Right.
Don't give
Don't
up
give.
on them. And
It's so sad because nowadays people are like, well, when Dwayne Wade and his son came out with whatever they came out with, it was very weird because everybody was like, don't worry about them, mind your own business. Well, we grew up on tradition where it took a village. Like people outside the families of these young kids are stepping in, making sure they're okay, asking them if they're okay, doing certain things, giving them $1. You know, ain't no people doing nothing like that no more. People aren't stepping up and helping with the the transition that these children are going through, and they're going through this stuff alone.
Right.
So that's really a real sad place to be in as a child. You don't want to go through growing up alone, because you need to see the older people and how they move and see how they navigate. But the
Right.
older people are like, shit, I ain't fooling with these kids, because they out here doing this gang banging, out here doing this, out here doing that. So they don't want no parts of it. And that's sad. Like Cisco said, don't give up on these children, because that's what keeps growing up, and this is what's spawning. Even the ladies in hip hop have totally freaking flipped. I remember when I first seen Queen Latifah pop up on my TV screen. I remember looking at that woman like, oh my God, who is this woman? Like, UNITY, all
Right. Right.
the
Right.
the all yo, everything. That woman make me smile, because you know dang, man, she had it. And to see the flip to now, we got Megan Thee Stallion teaching young girls how to clap ass. We already know how to clap our ass in private. We already know. Ain't nobody teaching these kids nothing.
Nah. Nah. It's yeah, the whole sex kitten, vixen uh image for the female rapper. That's what's in. You know. So yeah, that's a whole
Chop.
nother genre too. That's gonna corrupt the the purity of family. You know what I mean? Because that, and that's what I'm saying. The higher ups, they know that. They know it create this music and this social media. It creates culture. It creates culture because uh, if you add in the drugs, look how that's another thing. What was the rapper that died of an OD? Well, been a bunch of them, but the last one, he was on the plane or whatever. What was the name of it? Juice World. Juice World.
Yeah, that dude, he just swallowed a bunch of
Yeah.
pills.
See,
Yeah.
before rap was glorifying the drug dealer, now rap glorifies the drug user,
The junkie.
the
Hmm.
junkie.
Pop a
You
perk,
know?
deal with your pain, pop a perk. And it's just like mom
Yeah.
said, like, what the hell? Is you a pharmacy? Is you working with the pharmacy? Like, what you got going on? But you got to put that
Yeah.
in your song flow.
Now think about that. That you just brought up a very, very powerful point. Who benefits the whole cough syrup
Mhm.
movement and Percocets? You're a walking advertisement for the pharmaceutical industry.
Mhm.
Literally. No wonder why you get your record deal. No
Ooh.
wonder why you go on tour so much. No
Mhm.
wonder why mumble rap and this rap that doesn't really even take skill. I'm not a rapper, but I can produce something like that. It
Me
don't
too.
take no skill. It doesn't take no skill to rap like that.
And I see artists out here every day, upcoming artists that have a plan. They want to do what they want to do. They don't want to go against the grain, but they'll never get picked, because of the
Oh
simple
yeah.
fact that they don't want to be out here on the same type of time. They want everybody in accordance on this whole movement, because if you have one stray away, then people are going to, some people are different and they want to follow that stray away. No, they want all attention on the negative shit. You
Right.
know,
Right.
J. Cole out
Right.
the game. They done knocked Kendrick Lamar. They done turned him crazy, or something that happened to him. Um, eh, Kanye done left the building.
Yeah, I mean it's rap has just turned into It's turning into something that just it's out of control. Keep it 100. It's really out of control. And
Yeah, I
and
mean, fuck.
yeah, it's really out of control.
And in this 15 minutes, we were able to just come up with like different things, but take it back and revert it back to Nipsey real quick.
Right, right.
Nipsey was definitely somebody who was one of those strayaways, but he was the type of strayaway that was about to get some shit done. Okay, this dude was about to make some stuff happen in his own community. You don't see
And
any other rappers like that. You know what I'm saying? What is Jay-Z
right.
doing? Working with the NFL and got him $100 million for prison reform. What is that going to do? Come down here with your own money and help these people in these areas. You know what I'm saying? Or he got some kind of something he got from the somewhere. But just
Prison
what
report prison reform is like putting a band-aid on a chest wound that's been shot with a gun. You know, you've been shot with a gun and you're trying to put a band-aid on it. You
mm,
got to get to the root to the you're going to put your money on the root of the problem.
the
If that's
community.
if that's too big. And then look at I wasn't a supporter of that because I felt as though it's a political, a political basketball game. But you look at it, how Jay-Z was in support of Colin and his stance on the NFL, but then only to go back and sign a deal with the NFL.
Correct. That's just crazy.
And then back to Nipsey, the reason another this is another motive to get him out the picture. Just like I said, rap is predictive programming and culture creation.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Nipsey was allowed to continue his marathon alive. Do you know how many people, and they already have been influenced, but do you know how many other people would have been influenced? How many people are influenced? Can you imagine the culture creation? Oh, I'm gonna start. I'm not gonna. I'm a Crip. I'm from Rolling 60s, but I'm not gonna set trip no more. I'm about my business, so I can work with Bloods. I can work with other Crip gangs that I have rivals with, and I can help my community. Uh, I can become a businessman from the grassroots.
Yeah.
You see, that's inspiring to a lot of young people in the hood that don't have a plan, that are in gangs, and they're still buying you know, their little piece of dope and re-upping every time with no plan.
Right.
Here comes Nipsey. Hey man, you can have a plan to turn that dirty money into clean money,
Yeah.
to not always have to look over your shoulder. You might be able, you pointing your gun at maybe your future business partner.
Mm. And see,
You
this
see?
whole situation without the OGs, there were OGs back in Nip's time that kept these kids in line. There are absolutely none now for the millennials. There's absolutely none. Like I can look
Yeah,
around
the
where
age
I'm.
gap is too wide.
Yeah, yeah, it is. You're right.
You
You're right
know,
about.
the OGs have sons and some grandsons that are the age of these kids. So talking to them is like, oh, you see, that's a whole nother culture you find on on not Instagram, but on social media in general. These young guys that are in their 20s, they quick to call a dude barely into his 40s. Oh, you old ass nigga, driving a wedge between. I didn't come up like that. I looked up to older dudes.
Right, right.
When I
That's a big
even when I
deal.
was in my
Right,
teens, I looked up to older guys. I didn't
that's
have no hatred for no older niggas.
right. That's how I was. I mean, I love being around older people. I love that stuff. So you're right. Older women, that's just what ran in my family more so. So it was just like I was comfortable there, and I may act older than my actual age, but that's just the maturity that was instilled in me. You know, um, it's very interesting how things have changed, and over the years, rap has become a target on people's backs. You know, and also you look at it in other cultures or other races, they don't have this type of target on their back. They're not getting gunned down when they do shows. Black Youngster, that's another rapper, I think out of Memphis or something like that, somewhere country.
Yeah.
And he brought a Draco into a club in South Carolina because I don't know why he did this. He already had the Draco in there, but apparently he got into it with some different gang members inside the party. And he just pulled the Draco out nonchalantly. And somebody reminded me in my comments, because I posted it on my Instagram page, that Gucci Man had done something similar back in the day. But, uh, imagine being at a club and you go and see your favorite artist, and this dude pulls out a gun because he's afraid of his life. What?
And that's what it's gonna come to. Is in certain areas it's gonna come to just reckless ass shit.
Well, that's just trifling. People don't even have to think about where this world is going. If it's being pushed mainstream and people like to just go with the flow, then that's just what it's going to be. We can't do anything about it, but I would like to educate, especially the people in my age bracket, just educate them on there are other ways to move within this world. There are other ways that you can, your life may not be going right, but at the same time, why keep pushing that out there? Why keep fueling the negativity? Why not learn something? Learn something. If you knew how powerful you were, shoot, shoot.
That's why they keep them dumb with this bullshit, because there is power in the people. There is power in the community. Uh, that's the exact one of the main reasons why they keep this trash ass music and these bad influences on society, because it's a means of control.
Mm-hmm. That's very unfortunate. And, rest in peace to all the fallen rappers. There will be more to come. Um, the reckless behavior, it ain't showing nothing, but it's not showing nothing. You don't impress me because you have a gun on the internet. You don't impress me because you throwing up gang signs as if you don't know what the RICO Act is. It's just not impressive. Back in the
Right.
day, you moved in silence. Men moved in silence because they knew that what was out here. They knew what was to come, and that's what I mean by OG. They let you know about things before it even happens. Your first gun
Right.
charge, your first drug case, your first shootout. They let you know how to move, and it's very sad out here, man. I'm gonna wrap this up. We did a pretty good job, I think, and just covering a bunch of things that have been going on. And I'm gonna put a couple clips in here from different people speaking on the rap game as well. So we'll be back with more. Tune back in with us, like, share, subscribe to this video, to this channel, and we're gonna keep cranking them.
There once was a cluckhead who owed me $10. I caught him in the alley, so I grabbed him by his collar. I told him I would beat him if he didn't have my cash. He was shaking so bad, rocks was falling out his ass. You on my block, you better march on, cause my pistol Pete will take you out the game like Marshawn. And if you survive, don't tell nothing, cause I'll shoot you from the middle of the court like Dale, son. Baby, what it do? Hear your boy cranky danky, the opposite of lanky, smoking on that stanky, candy painted old school, sitting on them Twankies. Got a white high chandelier on my panky. Skid on my bitch, skid on my act, skid on the hip, dab on the nigga like, dab on the baby, dab on the teeth, skid on the choir, dab on the preacher.
Somebody said the other day that to be a rap artist is the most dangerous job in the world.
Why you say that?
Wow, okay.
Why I say that?
Yeah.
It's more dangerous than going to war in Iraq. Because you're always on defense. You don't know who's who. People can get right up on you and try to do something to you. You're always getting into beef. How many times we heard rappers, tour buses get shot up this week?
You have a record speaking on that with Capo, talking about the good die young.
Yes. I mean, it's just the whole persona of being a rapper and shit is fucked.
First of all, I want to say R.I.P. to Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? This don't have nothing to do with his situation because I don't know his situation. But this was something that was on my mind, and I figured I'd just put this in the atmosphere to all the up-and-coming rappers and all the entertainers and the athletes. When y'all go to these other cities, y'all got to move accordingly. You cannot be blinded to what's going on in these other fucking cities. When you get there, and you can't be so thirsty for pussy that you're dropping your addy to all the bitches. You can't be so thirsty for weed that you're dropping your addy to all the niggas trying to get weed. These niggas is grimy, man. These niggas will shoot you till you fucking catch you on fire. So you gotta move right out here. You gotta understand that 9 times out of 10, you out there to do business. So nigga, do business. And when you somebody of a certain importance, then you gotta do what important people do. Sometimes you gotta get security, nigga. Niggas be running around here, no, I got my man, he shot a nigga back in the hood, so we cool. No. When you're drinking Henny and you're looking for the bitches at the club, guess what your nigga's doing? He drinking Henny and looking for the bitches too. So you gotta move right out here, man. And everybody is not allowed in your world. Motherfuckers want to get to these other cities and just invite everybody into their world. What you doing, nigga? Pull up, nigga. Let me tell you something. These niggas that had you pulling the fuck up to the fucking heaven gates. So you gotta move right out here, man. You can't trust these niggas, man. When I go to other cities, I don't got no new homies unless you was introduced to me from one of my fucking homies and he co-signed your ass. Motherfuckers go to these other cities and want to make new friends, niggas they don't know, come on, man. We there to do business, man. You cannot invite everybody into your world. God has blessed you and put you in position to be great out here and to change lives, change your family lives, change some of the homies that's around you lives, motherfucking change your kids' lives. So we got to move accordingly, man, when we in these other cities, man. Once again, man, I want to give a rest in peace to Pop Smoke. I'm not talking about his situation because I don't know his situation. I'm going to say this again, it's just was something that's on my mind that I got to give the youth and all the up-and-coming athletes and rappers and entertainers, man. Don't let these niggas trick you out of position, man.